in very soon to the next map, Overpass, which is the pick of SK, and like we were touching upon before, it's not a map that Hellraisers are bad at by any means, by any stretch
But no, they're
of
not,
the imagination.
They're not super good at it either. So I mean, this is the one chance I see for SK to get back in. Well, obviously, but this is the one map that I see them having an opportunity on against just the form comparing these two teams right now. It's just Hellraisers just on a better form. I think Cash already showed us that. Not only are they individually, but as a team, decision-making just way more sharper. So for Hellraisers, if they keep being aggressive, if they keep reacting to places they did on Cash, something you can really do well on Overpass. You can obviously push long A, you can push toilets, you can react to things well, you can take over the connector area, you know, you can push monster even on CT all the way to T-spawn and go behind and fountain and all that stuff. If they keep doing that and being dynamic, I think SK might be in a lot of trouble here. But at the same time, if SK gets a good start, if they not, I don't think we know which side they're starting.
No,
right?
I'm not sure. Any quick final points though, because we are ready to go to the casters. So Halvor, Casper, please.
Yeah, it's just basically Overpass a lot of the times looking out for the CTs who always wants the early aggression to then fall back onto the side. Both teams, I know for a fact, likes to smoke the toilet and try to force the AWP player back. So we're going to have to look out for that from both Freeze and Oscar. Obviously, Freeze is one of his better maps. And yeah, just look out for the map control coming in from Pimp, Basilian, and Freeze on that A area.
Yeah, no, for me, it's going to be how well SK are able to actually deal with the aggression, CT aggression coming out from Hellraisers. If they're not able to deal with it, and not necessarily just getting the equal trades, but actually having an idea of what they want to do when they actually get into a 4v4 situation. If they can't handle that well, then I think this is going to be a 2-0 for Hellraisers.
Okay, let's see if SK can do it and avoid getting pushed into the lower bracket of this tournament. Let's head over to our casters, Henry G and Sadokist.
Thank you so much, guys on the desk. There's a bunch of you. I'm not going to name you all, but I love you and you're beautiful. Game 2, map 2. Game 1, map 2. And SK getting absolutely wrecked on the first map.
Yes.
They have to be a little bit more savage this time, you could say, Henry.
I would say so. Obviously, the aggression of Hellraisers is what locked them down so much, and I feel like Overpass could be more of the same here. It's obviously one of the maps of your CT side, a lot of aggression coming into it and finding those first picks. Oscar, very, very talented on this map indeed. As the guy said, it's not their best map, but I feel like if he's the player that kicks off, a lot of interesting results can be coming our way. I think there's a 2-0 is very possible, just in seeing the form we've seen so far from SK. Interesting point though, Matt. We saw the Hellraisers coach saying that he takes his players on a 3 kilometers run every day.
We need to do that. I need to do that. Have you seen... someone needs to go back and look at my first VODs in esports versus now.
Why? What would happen?
Oh, I'd look 10 years younger.
Well, it's not too late. You could get involved.
I'm going to. Let's do it. I'm going to train with Hellraisers.
Okay, well, that would be a step in the right direction for everyone.
To be fair, Dignitas talked about this at one point in time. Not the CS team per se, but their League of Legends team in their LCS camp in California was mandated to do an hour of physical fitness every morning.
It makes sense. Healthy body, healthy mind, and all that. Makes
more energy.
Makes some more blood flow to the brain, and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like the knife run will be coming in here. I'd say this is quite important. If SK can get the CT side here and just be the ones in control of the game and be presenting the aggression maybe in their favour instead of the ones in the receiving end, that'd be beneficial. But we'll see who wins it. It's actually Hellraisers, so presumably we'll be starting on the CT side here. And this is SK's pick, though. We're expecting it, although I still think a Hellraisers win. I'm hoping it'll at least be double digits game. Like a 16-11, 16-12, something like that. I wouldn't want to see as much as the brutal affair as we saw on Cash. But Hellraisers is looking very promising right now. And I want to see the key players for SK stepping up a little bit more. I want to see Modi coming into the fray a little bit, and actually see Frizz getting those initial picks. Magic had some moments, so did Pimp, but it just wasn't enough. It wasn't very convincing for anyone involved on the SK side. Not sure if they've changed their names yet. I hope so, although I got kind of used to it towards the end.
We did get used to it toward the end, but that's not the point. The viewers have to be informed correctly, Henry.
Indeed.
I doubt they've switched them.
Yeah, we should have probably done that.
Yeah, I should have just gone out and taken over their PCs.
Yeah.
Just like walk out and be like, hey, just let me get on here real quick. Let me just mess with your sensitivity and your crosshair and your name.
That's what the guys tried to do to the guys at the show match, remember? Moses just came over and tried to change all my binds.
Did he really?
Yeah, did you not see it?
How did they not get on my computer? I was like watching the F1 race the entire time.
They were doing it really slightly there. Instead of like changing it to 10, they changed it from 1 to like 1.2, just so it was a little bit higher.
How did you notice?
Because I sat down and was like, that's not right.
Nah, wow,
look at
your muscle memory. I probably wouldn't have even noticed.
Anyway, he's going to the pistol now. It's going to be SK Gaming, looking like they're just going for a straight-up B rush here. Got one player heading towards the flanks connector, but it's going to be contact play. Zero, perfect weapon for this. CZ in hand, gets the first, can't manage to get the second though, as 2 players do drop for the CTs now. Oscar trying to do what he can. It's actually Angel that gets the third frag here. Going to be a 3-on-2 in favor of the CTs. The City on very low HP as well. Going for the plant, going to be denied though from short. That's the round over. Nice stuff from Oscar, coming in hard from connector there, and he gets 3 kills. Lovely stuff from Hellraisers. Aggressive again, once again.
What if they had have done like your mouse sensitivity to 10, so it was blatantly obvious you sit down?
That's what I went through the console, right? Yeah, go on.
Well, that's smart because then they do something that's very obvious to mask something that's very subtle.
I was pressing up in the console. I was like, okay, well, I can see their mentality here. Someone goes, oh, let's do it to 10. And they go, no, he'll notice that. Let's actually try and stitch him up by 1.2.
Right. See, because if that had gone 10 and then just added like mouse excel 0.01 and you not notice.
They could have put mouse excel on. Maybe I wouldn't notice that.
Yeah,
anyway.
well, either way, it was a good round from Oscar, as you said, pushing back in to deny that plant. But this time they get aggressive to take over map control in water. Nearly catches them off because Madi was able to pick up the first kill. Sticko's going to wrap back around from the stairwell and try and catch them off on rotation right now as the bomb heads out toward long A. The only one inside of the A site directly at this point in time is Oscar with the UMP, but he's going to have, well, actually not the awareness. I was going to say the information because he goes for the peek. That's interesting, Henry. I'm about to point something out that's going to blow your mind.
I'm ready for
the park sign is not the park sign. It's actually the arena that we're in.
That's
hopefully the observer can fly to that at some point in time. But Bondik now has to rotate around because Oscar going down gives up the site. They can try and get a default plant in this, but they aren't going for it right away. Boy fights forward. The Tech 9's going to prevail. Sticko goes for the boost, putting up 0. Good shot, works out. That's a very fragile place and wall to stand behind, though. They need to act quickly, and they are able to shuffle away from anyone spraying through. It's down to just freeze.
What is this?
There it is. Look, can we see it? Can we see it? Sticko.
I don't know what park sign you mean.
I'll show you. Well, if they, right there. Look at that.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So someone's been working hard behind the scenes here to have all these little cool Easter eggs, and we're going to spot them as we go through the tournament, I think.
Let's see if we can. I don't know if I think the observer's probably prone to not doing this because of the Russian stream is also on the same observer, but if we get a clear sign to see it.
Do you think they've changed it into graffiti? Do you think that's possible?
Oh, maybe.
That could be awesome.
We'll keep looking for them. This is fun. I like Easter egg hunts.
Yeah, indeed. Well,
we do one every Easter still.
Do you?
Yeah, me and my brother usually end up wrestling. One of us ends up broken or bruised. And then while that's happening, my sister just goes around and gets all the eggs.
In the spirit of Jesus Christ.
Good shot. Nice switch over. As Sticko picks up 2 kills. Oscar actually managed to pull one over his shoulder just before that, but Pimp fighting forward. Does get 1 kill, but only 1 kill. That's all they manage, as Hellraisers are going to go up yet another round, and the guns will come out this time for SK.
Well, no plants for SK there, so up against it, really. Hellraisers dodging a few close rounds there, but managing to go up 3-0. We're going to the first gun round. No orbs for both teams here. You can see this is the Jaden-style round, which means they can take the SMGs into the first gun. They've got 2 UMPs, a FAMAS as well, and looking to farm some cash. Sticker not even upgrading to head armor here, which is kind of interesting seeing as they have got a Gillo on the terrorist side, so that could be problematic. 3 kits, and the aggression we discussed once before is Oscar with that UMP getting in towards connector. Just flashing them, stopping the rush for now. He's going to be back up from short as well, as Hellraiser is just relentless these rounds. It's going to be Modi going in towards a Monster Tunnel. Sticko on the other side of the map, actually finding 2 frags there. That's actually in connector, so the split towards B completely shut down, and through the smoke with the UMP. Somehow, it's an Angel to take down Modi here. It's still going to be equal exchanges, but now Hellraisers with the 3-2 advantage. Oh dear.
Oh dear. Oh, a deer. A female deer. Magic's Boy's going to get the kill onto Oscar, though. I could have sang it the whole way through, Henry, but I didn't want to be cheesy. But Angel's going to try and push back forward and catch out Freeze. This is going to be an awkward exchange because it is the UMP versus an AK, but it's the jump for Angel, and he manages to drop the bomb.
He's just so loud, though, around that corner. He's just hoping no one's going to be around that sort of area, and it's just an easy kill with the UMP. If you know a player is literally about to run around the corner, they've got the bomb now as well, and they got position onto where Magic's Boy is. He's been spotted towards the opening of the A site. Smoke goes down. That gives him a little bit of cover. He could push without smoke and make his way towards Optimus, but looking to find the next kill. At this point, the CTs would be almost certain to win this situation. You can see they have got the bomb. Time ticking away, 30 seconds. Magic's Boy just trying to edge his way on, clearing out every possibility. Now he knows they're both presumably towards long. That's the first one, but he gets the drop on him. Does get taken down to 14 HP there. So at this point, it's just a case of Angel coming in, just needs to land 1 bullet. Doesn't work out for Magic's Boy. And Hellraisers, with those UMPs, do manage to
there it is. Alive. Look at that. Invitational. That's the exact arena that we are in.
These are all going to be on Reddit today, aren't they?
I hope so. Let's get someone to, throughout the course of the day, get screenshots of those and maybe make one thread, maybe instead of 20.
One image or a catalog of it all.
Yeah, I think that's very cool. That is the arena, the Kiev Dynamo Arena. I'm not sure the official stadium name, but that is where we are. That is where we reside. It was raining today, and they're building the stage outdoors, which was good fun. They looked like they were having a time. I might go join them. It looked that much fun.
Oh, these tunnels. Oh, that's it. It's actually only Molly towards short. He gets taken down. And this is a semi-partial buy from, you can see a UMP purchase of a Pimp and a body armor. Not really sure what the plan is going to be here. There'll be a maximum loss bonus next round, so you assume Molly should be absolutely fine. Angel finds a kill on towards Freeze. And that should be it. Should be 5-0 here. Not really much the terrorists can do here. They've got a smoke and a flashbang. But this aggression from Hellraisers just won't stop by the looks of things.
Angel peeking in toward that door that's open. It's a little bit late or early, depending on how you look at it. Late to stay there, early to move away. Doesn't get the information of the rotation from Magic Boy, but they catch him out regardless. It was a matter of time. 5-0. Similar start on this map as we saw from SK on Cash, and they seem to be really, really struggling to get anything going at this point.
Yeah, they were 7-0 down on Cash before they arrived at that first gun round. But we'll see what they can do here. The money is just swelling right now for the CTs. You can see Angel almost in 10k after the rebuy here. And they're sticking with the UMPs. They're not even going for the AWPs as of yet. That's when Oscar becomes his most dangerous. He's actually on that SMG weapon. So let's see what approach SK Gaming going for this time. Looking to challenge the aggression we've seen so much towards short. Not going to be going straight in there though. Just looking towards connector as well. Boy, hoping someone will face here. To be Oscar, like I said, with that UMP, should take some nade damage here. Goes down to 83 HP. But here we go then. SK finally got something to work with. Control of water. There it is. Angel going for the boost over, trying to hunt for information. Does get his head ripped off. It's a position that used to be very viable before the update that adjusted those jump hit boxes, but now it's very dangerous to go for that. It's going to be 2 picks now for SK as we find that all pick from Frizz. 5-on-3, surely now a chance for SK to capitalize. Don't need to do too much here. They still have over a minute to play with.
There's a Cillian. Going to work up through the lower tunnels. Again, like you say, having this man advantage, they don't need to rush this situation with just a minute to play with, just under a minute to play with. Crucial to find around. They're going to go probing for information as well. Hellraisers flash over nade as well to try and get themselves into a better position, but gain information is the name of the goal out of this, and they can rotate off this. They don't need to overcommit to it.
Well, they have pushed 3 players towards B. They, like you said, got tons of intel, and now will be going all in towards that A site. Still a lot of work here to do for SK. Should be a foregone conclusion, but still an opportunity to throw it. They're only after 30 seconds now. They have to be pushing themselves to the site. We hit the 25-second mark, and surely going to drop the smokes here. They've got 5 of them remaining still. 15 seconds.
Bondic holding angle, crossover. Magic's caught out. No. Oscar peeks behind it. Bomb dropped. 11 seconds. Try and grab this and make a play. It's not going to happen. It's already over. Freeze manages a kill, but this is done. Save the op, my friend, or die now. You've got no choice. 2 seconds. He's going to die after. They're not going to kill him. Oh, they were a second early to do it.
That was shocking. They've got a 5-3 advantage, and instead of running on together and actually getting the refrags there, it looked like Magic Boy was just running on with his knife trying to get the bomb down. And no one's there with him to get the refrag. It's just him by himself. There's another one, Matt. Look at their poster.
Oh, what?
Hello.
Where even is that? Way out in the back of the map. I like it.
But yeah, they get the first 2 picks here, and they just don't give themselves enough time before they execute. They had 5 smokes remaining. When you do a full ball of smokes and towards the A site, that should lock the CTs out. They shouldn't have any opportunity there. You should be checking that closed Optimus position. That should be an instant refrag. The fact he's managed to get the bomb down and stay alive and gets refrags in from his teammates, that's horrible from SK. This is the map they're supposed to be good on. Yet to even get a plant down after 6 rounds. I assume a pause is coming in so they can just shout at each other and work out what the hell's going on. This is just bad CS from them. After getting those first 2 picks and executing like that, that's just a horror show of a round. So a pause does come through. It's Pimp this time. He's only on 1 for 6. Not really much else posted for the terrorists, to be fair. It's Oscar, even without the orb so far, is on 10 for 2. And yeah, this is looking like it's going to be another brutal affair. The money is available there for it'd be Galil's, AKs, no nades, armor. I would say do another partial buy here. The Tech 9 smokes, try and get a bomb down towards B. Just try and get a plant down. Let's try and have a post-plant situation going on. Right now they're doing the right work in terms of getting those first picks. It's the City and the in-game leader. He's in the middle right there, kind of discussing what they can do here going forward. I'd think they'd probably just be on tilt from that last round.
Yeah.
They're throwing those ones away. That's you hate to see that happen. This is an experienced team.
So simple, really. I mean, timing was off.
Just refragging together. That's such a default position to just go in and refrag. He may get the first pick and drop the bomb. He should be dead straight away after that.
Not only that, I mean, Freeze is a few steps sooner. As soon as Oscar peeks out from behind the box, Freeze catches him as well.
Magic Boy was just running to the side with the bomb out. It's like, well, let's hope for the best.
Yep.
Let's not even use our flashbangs. Let's just run onto the side. So, no, we've got some smokes down, so let's hope that's fine. Horrible. Anyway, Hellraisers 6-0 up. Here's the boost on the second round. This is the closest SK have actually come to winning a round, I would say. Nice work from Zero, getting the boost up. Second frag on towards Pimp. There's some highlights here. More aggression from Hellraisers, as we said it was coming. Here's Oscar with some UMP magic. And some USP magic by the looks of things.
Yeah, right at the start, I think that was round 3, indeed it was. Pretty straightforward stuff. There was a nade kill on top of that, everything going down in a flurry.
Matt, you need to keep your eyes out for more Easter eggs.
Yes, I like Easter eggs.
I
like the solid
party
chocolate ones. What's that sign on top of the building way over there? Zoom in, zoom in.
I think this is scripted camera. I don't think they can control it.
Shh, don't tell me what I can and can't do, Henry.
But Matt, let me ask you one of these really cool questions.
Yeah.
If you were SK Gaming right now, what would you be doing? What would you be doing at this 7? This is the question I always get asked.
You see that green keyboard?
Oh, yeah.
I might unplug it.
Go home?
Take my headset off.
Okay.
Tell my teammates that they're in the Ukraine, and they might just have a better time going to drink vodka.
Right.
But here's what I would do, truthfully. Get it together, play off of each other, keep it simple. If you have to go for faster plays, go for faster plays. The set pieces aren't working for them, like you're saying. They're not getting the refrags. Just go as a unit.
Yep,
play a buddy system. Literally just go with 2. All right, you and me, you 2 go. Third man swing between us, whatever. Who cares? It's just really simple strategies.
At this point, just going up, like grouping up towards B, just sending 4 players towards monster tunnel, going for those frags. At least you got the opportunities to let your star players find those opening kills. At this point, they are getting the picks, but the executions are just terrible. It's still quite early days, so it's not over. I know we're painting quite a bleak picture, but it's just from what we saw on Cash as well. This is just going from bad to worse for them. 6-0, they are going to be going for the partial buy here. They've got Tech 9s, P250s, and a little bit of utility, 1 smoke. And this will be rushing towards the A site here. They are going to get the bomb down by the looks of things as well. So this is better, I guess, the first plan of the game. But they have got 5 angry CTs to find here. Bondic should be taken down here considering the positions. And he's going to be rushed towards the bank area. There it is. And this is a problem now. And that's a perfect round for SK. Just rushing towards the A site. You said keep it simple. And that's what they've done with these pistols. Still not over yet. Going to be a 4-on-2 situation. 0 rotating in. And surely a round they can't throw here. I can't even see a world where it happens. There it is. Magic Boy finds the 4th kill. And just a little A rush with no real mentality behind it. But you know what? I liked it. It worked.
Marcillian's going to catch out 0. Yeah, no, I mean, that's just it. Keep it simple. You're not winning on the set pieces. Like you're saying, that slow play is just lending itself to Hellraisers, who not only that, are willing to get aggressive on the CT side to find information. So the faster you can act on that, the faster you'll exploit any weaknesses that may exist in the defense who aren't ready for it.
So the pause works out. SK come back in with the pistols and win the round. And they've got tons of cash as well. That was a round to save them some cash going into this one. So they can, even if they lose this round, they've got enough to buy in the next. So things are stabilizing now. And they have got the AWP back on towards Frizz. Let's see what he can do here. Problem is Oscar's on the AWP as well. He is flashed off. Makes his way towards Connector here. Looking for that first pick. Will be Molotov'd out for now. Surely not going to be facing this.
Shot from Freeze will start things off. Oscar can't find the refrag. Down to 28 on that peak as well. And now they've got the information he's at the top of the stairwell. Or rather in the stairs itself, but no one peeking it. You'd think that there would be someone to redress that. They have to clear bathrooms first, but a smoke will allow it. And Oscar's a little bit curious and perhaps scared of that position. Thankfully, there is a smoke now in the tunnels, and he can get out through the doorway. Yeah. If you would have shot, that would have been SK trying to capitalize on that.
Well, it's going to be a 4-on-4 still. Looks like SK will get control of Connector, shooting each other, of course. Nice bit of communication going on that. But not too much damage inflicted, so it's fine.
Thankfully. Imagine team damage was 1-to-1.
Yeah.
The amount of team kills we would see.
We saw a lot
in the minor.
In the minor.
Korea. I still am waiting for the statistic on how many if someone wants to go back. I think it was 15.
Yeah, it's got to be a record for an event.
Yeah, it's insane.
Well, looks like Magic Boy will be making his way towards bathrooms here. Looking like this will be the set piece. They'll see the CT or CD smokes coming over, so they'll be able to react to this. They've got quite close play here. Smokes do drop, and Sticker, like I said, saw it come over the top. Surely just be waiting for Magic Boy to walk on this corner at this stage. They need to commit. They need to decide which way they're going to be going with this one. There it is. Take him down, but Pimp does reply. It looks like Terrorists do have a real opportunity here, but the bomb is dropped once again. 20 seconds remaining, 3-on-2, and they're aware where the Terrorists are playing from.
They can wrap back around as well. No bomb plant in this, dropped at the stairs, and 0 can hold it off, but Pimp getting that kill, he should be able to go back for it. There's still a rotation coming in from bathroom, though. There's still going to be a confrontation as they try and plant this. 6 seconds, they have to hold it. Oscar waiting toward the truck. He's going to drop down, Freeze. Pimp will hold it, just get the plant in for his team, but he's going to go down immediately after. Oscar, well aware of the situation.
Yeah, another forced execution there from the Terrorists, just running out of time and having to push into the position. And it was a 2-on-2 in the end. It looked like Hellraisers definitely had the advantage in terms of the positional control and just the pressure being applied to SK Gaming there. Like I said, even though they lost their round, they do have enough money to buy into this one. This is Oscar through
Click.
the truck.
Click.
No problem.
Boom, when you see me. Yeah,
It was just a rush plan. They couldn't really work that 2-on-2 properly. They just had 5 seconds remaining, had to go for the plan. Pim taken out of the situation. Now we go into round number 9. Getting that bomb down. Still a nice healthy buy here for the terrorists. 7-1 though. We'll see what they can do with this one. Oscar going for that initial pick. Towards connector this time, straight towards that fountain area. Just wait for his teammates to kind of help him escape. And now I'm going to be sticking around, just looking for that next pick. Fritz has got the AWP as well. And they're going towards long this time. Keeping it a little bit more simple, I guess. Just going to have 4 players towards push up as a unit. Any frags or any possibility from the CTs at face. It should be locked down at this point, but Sticko going to be flashing and Oscar presumably going to face.
Boy, though, inside of the site, dropped immediately. 7-1 Hellraisers looking like it could go to 8-1. As it's just Modi and Pimp remaining alive. He's going to find 1 kill on the instance from Bathroom. He's lost his teammate, though, quickly after he found a frag. Did bring it down to a 3 versus 1, but not much chance. And Oscar, again, just making it look easy, isn't he? 14 kills now for him.
The problem is for SK right now, they're just, although it's simple, it's just very well read from Hellraisers. They're pushing towards middle of the start, okay? There's no one here whatsoever. Maybe they're towards long, Oscar. Why don't you go check that out? I'll flash it for you. He gets the first kill. He takes so much aggro away from himself, and then Angel just comes in with the double spray down. This is great crossfires and chemistry from Hellraisers so far. And SK looking a little bit lost, I have to say. This is their pick. I'd assume they would actually be coming into this a bit more tactical prowess and actually be able to control these situations. But here we go then, into round number 10. It's an Eco and a Sticko with the MP9 and USB combo, mowing them down there towards the connector. And that's going to be the round over at this stage. They may be able to find 1 kill here, taking him down, but the damage has already been done. And there it is. It finishes things off. Angel with the UMP double spray down, 9-1. And this map could be over very quickly, Matt, I have to say.
Yep.
Here we go then, the replay. We did miss his first couple of kills, but you didn't miss much, I assure you.
Just an MP9 spray down. Sticko. 13 kills for him. He's not far behind Oscar now. Just 1 behind, in fact, Henry G.
Well, we're going to round number 11. We have got the 4x once again. There's lacking utility, but they have got the AWP. Same can be said for Oscar, though. This time,
Interesting stance at B site right now from Hellraisers, just to mention as well, because there's 2 players already pushed into construction, 2 inside the B site itself. They're playing a single A defense, and this is what I was talking about with Hellraisers. They're actually trying to push very far forward for this aggression, oftentimes on the B site as well. So this is where if SK was just playing really simple, fast strategy, there's definitely some ground to be gained on the A site. One of 2 maps now in the map pool with stacked bomb sites.
well, SK Gaming now. Bomb towards long.
Although this weekend, I should make mention, Nuke is not in the pool. It is Inferno.
It is. Do you think we'll ever cast a Nuke game?
No.
I don't think it's ever. I don't think that it's in the
Not
next 2
until
months.
Cologne.
No
when we
one's
get
going to have the balls to play that.
randomizer.
Yeah, but still, I think it'll be vetoed. I don't think anyone will risk having it. Maybe Cologne, yeah, maybe you're right.
Well, the randomizer.
I guess you can only veto 1.
Exactly. And everyone has auto bans.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I'd like to cast it at some point. I just don't think it's going to happen.
It's all right. The dream.
You're my dream.
I'm your nightmare.
There it is. Oscar is waiting towards short. This is what the top hoppers do, change the position and wins every single time. It's Modi lurking towards B. He's the one who's supposed to show his hand towards that site and actually keep some rotations there, but he gets picked straight away. It's not going to help out, but that does help. Assyrian finds a kill on towards Angel.
This boy's going to get in beyond the flames, beyond the fire. You could say beyond the summit, but it's going to go down for Sticko, and Oscar's going to take down Freeze immediately after. 3 kills again for Sticko, just locking down that site.
So easy for the CTs, and there's no pressure, there's no smokes, there's nothing, there's no flashbangs. Look at them. Look how easy is that kill. Sticko's just there, like, they should be smoked off. What is this?
Yeah, that should be.
They've got smokes there as well.
That's a basic mistake.
That's so
I think
bad.
3 smokes died still on the holsters.
Why is that not smoked off? Like, you're never going to win that duel. He's got cover, he's got awareness, you're running around the corner, you've got the ones who've got to pre-fire it, and you're just getting really bad information from terrorists, so panicking, trying to call as you're running around the corner, but there it is. More aggression now coming from the CTs. It's 10-1. We're going to round number 12. It's going to be pistols and a little bit of utility, but this is looking very dire for SK Gaming. They're going to be focusing towards the B side this time. Once again, there is 1 player using the old smoke and mirrors here.
Bondic spots him.
Oh my god.
Well struck. Angel pushes forward inside construction. They go through Monster thinking, all right, he's forward. Well, guess what? Zero's still in the sight. It's 2 kills for him. And it's down to just M. Jochsen. As Freeze gets a nade to the face. 11-1.
Indeed. Well, round number 13. We have seen SK get these first picks, and they do have opportunities to execute on the site. That's how you play on Overpass. It's you push the CTs back to an opportunity where you can actually get the smokes down, but they're just not using them. They seem like having these really weird mid-round calls. They're just like sensing there's an opportunity to strike, and then having to run into the site with nothing really segregated from the CTs. They've got full vision and able to crossfire as well. It's horrible almost for the terrorists, but here we go then. A chance to rectify things. I wouldn't say it's over just yet. They can get 11-4. Still all to play for. But once again, heading towards long. This time it's going to be 3 players, not 4. And they will be watching the flanks. We can see the CTs going very aggressively off short towards B once again, taking over water. And we have got Sticko towards Barford. I think he has been spotted by a Ascidian though.
Oscar waiting. Can't find the shot onto Magic's boy.
They dodge a bullet here, quite literally.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
First pick should have been going against SK, but a rare miss from Oscar means they do keep 5 players alive here. And once again, long control comes in. This is where the wall of smoke should be coming down. Take away that vision with the CTs. At least allow yourself to get up towards long, towards the bomb site before it all goes horribly wrong. It's a fake though. The bomb's going back towards playground right now.
This might actually work. It's such a long rotation though. That's the problem. They have to basically enter the site right now without the bomb at B and clear it to hold it off for the rotations, because the boost inside of that A site is going to realize they don't see anyone down the long corridor. The player at bathrooms is going to hear absolutely nothing, and this should be an indication, as Oscar does pick off Pimp, more so that this is going back onto the B site. Thankfully, they have made it into the monster tunnel, and they can start to fight off those angles. Smoke down should allow a quick entrance, for the bomb as well in a plant. Monty getting 0. Sticko falling after is actually reasonably good. So they win the battle toward the window, and now Bondic has to rotate. More utility deployed to hold him off, and it's going to rely on Oscar defining this first pick.
Yeah, that was actually a really nice play from SK Gaming there. Once they got that first pick from Frizz, it's edged their way in towards the site. They've got a plan here. It's a 3-on-2, but there is low HP on 2 players here. Still, Nin's kill will be very important. There it is. That should be the round secured here. Surely can't drop this one, but Oscar's going to spot the player. Why are they facing at this point? Didn't need to happen, but still a very strong chance of winning the round. Oscar has got no utility here. He has got a kit, so all he's going to do is fake defuse this, hope for the best, and he's not looking towards short.
Op versus Op as well, and Freeze is going to win it because, like you say, not looking towards short. It's going to be the second round for SK, but it's still 11-2 in the favor of Hellraisers. That fake worked only on the fact that they were able to get the 2 players close enough to the B site through the monster tunnel in time.
Yeah, so that's perfect. They're crouching. You see the position 0 is on. He's boosted up on that little sewer pipe beneath the window. It's quite a cool position. You look towards the short and monster tunnel, but if the players coming crouching like they were there, you don't have any vision. So as soon as they got up to the ramp, flashed over, took him down, and the bomb was planted. It still came down to a 1 versus 1, which I'm very surprised at, seeing as a 4-on-2, but still, they win the round. That's the most important factor here, but if they lose this one, it's almost certainly going to be another partial bye going into the last, so very important round for SK Gaming here. Just have a chance of winning the second map. It's best of 3. They are currently 1-0 down and still looking pretty bleak here, I have to say.
Cillian clears the corners. As you say, start to push these CTs back potentially. They want to clear off all the angles first, but the problem is bathrooms in the front. Out toward top of middle is definitely occupied right now by 2 Hellraisers players. Cillian's going to be the first to confront it. But look at this positioning from Oscar. Getting aggressive though, walking. Oh, all right, still hits it. Gives Cillian the chance as he looks toward the playground, or rather the party instead. Drop down from Magicboy trying to redress the situation. Smoke out now. Bomb was dropped. They're not going to be aware of that. Magicboy using that smoke is going to try and just grab it immediately. They've already done so.
Sticko though, look at him just hiding behind this smoke. I don't think they'll be anticipating.
He's going to push long.
Here. This could be really deadly. He's going to find 2 frags almost guaranteed. He's Molotoved out by his CT teammates though. This is still very effective. There's 1 kill, and he takes down Friss as well. So that's the AWP drops, and Pimp, I'm pretty sure he knows he's here as well. Gets the drop on him. Actually, Pimp comes out on top. But 0 finding a kill towards B. It is an equal exchange. 3-on-2. Pimp has been headshot though, but it looks like Angel will deny the bomb here. Round over at that point. And there it is. SK needed that plant just to get a little bit of money into the next round at least. Pimp out in a 10-second situation. He's just going to try and save the AWP now. And he will be saving it. It's very lucky he does if he did die after the bomb. After the timer, sorry, and going to now to the next money, the AWP. Definitely beneficial, but it is 12-2.
Are you a hyper beast, Henry?
Sometimes, but this is the money situation I was talking about. Going to the last round, they had to win that last one to even have a chance going into this. $1,400, an AWP. I guess that's something to write home about, but Give that to Frizz. Hope for the best. And there it is. This is the last buy. Looking like another 13-2 potentially, yeah. That's why I said if SK could got the CT side and avoid this situation, then he gone to looking up.
Oh, what's this? That's his teammate. That's just going toward the stairwell that rotates up. That's the timing of that. Like, they're already past that stairwell. It's clever, but it's just, you have to have a really, really fast spawn.
I guess he knows they're very low money, maybe they don't have armor or something like that, but it's the auto sniper coming out. Sticko does drop it though. He goes for an M4. So he had an M4 on base. He just wanted to go for that play at the start of the round. Oh no, he's just juggling them. Okay. Still fancies it.
Do it. Boost here. Spray again. Well, it's an M4 instead, but that's okay. Push again up to the bathrooms, this time from
That's a cool
Oscar.
angle. Look at that. Camera work.
Yeah, I mean, that's very realistic. The person floating on thin air. Yep. Standing on your head.
Ooh, didn't you learn the lesson from last time? I guess he does spot one this time and actually gets away with it, so it's fine. But they're just relying on Frizz right now. He needs to find a pick here. That's the only way they're going to have a chance in this round. All 5 players towards the B side of the map. They have 1 smoke remaining and 2 flashbangs. Except Bond, they're still just jumping up. He knows the tech lines can't really inflict too much damage as he jumps. But what is the play here? Up the train.
Every 17 seconds into the round, it goes by, and obviously much later than that as well. Because there's only 30 seconds left as they try and go. Now, they've heard 1 Tech 9. They know that that exists. They know there was a gun saved. Angel facing in the open. Might get caught here. Actually does manage to pull it back, and there's still 2 players inside of the site with them, but a flash comes over. They have to fall inside of the water position. That gives the entrance to SK. 2 quick kills, Pimp and Modi, but this is all going to go back the other way. Surely, bomb gets planted. It's a man advantage still, though, and Sticko's still has this auto sniper plus the AWP on Oscar. Not the greatest retake potential.
Yep, 2 snipers trying to retake a bomb site. You're absolutely right. Now it's SK Gaming surely going to take this round down. Just don't need to face, basically. Just make them commit. Make them come down to unfavorable situations. It's going to be the pistol exchange coming in. Oscar wins the duel, taking out Magic Boy, but still the bomb ticking away. Surely, Terrace I'm going to overface this, and he's going to get flashed down, and this is really problematic. The fake defuse comes in to sit in towards short. Bomb ticking away now. They know where he is. Has to be the no-scope. Oh! And that should be it now.
There's no time. There's no time, and Asilian comes back stylishly to close it out. It will go to 12-3, so take what you will from that. Another battering.
At least it wasn't 13-2. It's
from
better.
Hellraisers. That's
Progress.
right. It is 1 better.
Progress.
And now if they can avoid being ecoed and win a pistol, it is the CT side of Overpass.
Okay, then. See what Hellraisers bring to the table. We saw on Cash when they had this massive lead, constant force buying, so much pressure applied to the CTs, didn't want to allow their bank to get rolling at all. We'll see if SK can win this pistol. They managed to do it last time. It was Magist Boy who got that brilliant 3-man in the USP. That kind of performance again. And this was the retake. We didn't think they had a single chance here, but it was a 2-on-1 going in favor of the Terrace, and the odds were against them. I can't believe they were facing this so much. It's this kill here that surprised me. Or Frizz was even getting in a position where he'd be taken down. 12-3. We have got, once again, the raid boss on Oscar. Anyone who doesn't know what that means, it's a Tech 9 and body armor. You will drop the upgraded pistol by your teammates, and it looks like a long rush coming in here. 1 player holding towards playground for any flanks coming in from connector. And this should be quite a simple round. They haven't got any utility, so they're just going to rush up. If they're not spotted straight away, they're going to capitalize and take advantage of that. Magic Boy will be going in. He has to just face straight up. He's got the USP set up for a multi-frag once again.
Magic's still faced off of this. Back around to rotate onto the stairs. Sticko catching out Freeze, going to make that kill quite effective. But Asilian did get 1 back beforehand, and this still means that there's a man advantage for SK, because Asilian's alive on 4. He's not been found either. Oh, and he gets by. Switching to the burst Glock, he gets by and it works out. SK's going to pick up this pistol.
Once again, they do it, and buy themselves some time here at least. It's going to be 12-4. We did see Hellraisers do this on Cash Day. They got the bomb down on the pistol, and they force bought in the second round of Tech 9s. That's still obviously an option, but most teams will be going for the AKs in the third. I wouldn't be surprised if they went for the Tech 9s once again. It can be very viable to go towards that B-side map. You know, Virtus Pro used to do this quite a lot. That BXQ, the smokes on the site, and rushing for the Tech 9s can be almost impossible to stop if it's done properly. And they won't be doing it this time. This is going to be more the conservative approach. Go for AKs in the next. And this is what SK, this is why the buy makes sense now. They know the AKs coming in the third. So you get the rifles up now, you limit yourself with utility, but you're preparing yourself for the AK-47s, AK-47s that will be coming in.
Boost at jungle. Angel just waiting for any aggression toward the construction position.
Yep.
But no one looking like they're going to take the initiative.
Just needed to deny the plan here. That's all they need to do. And this is a perfect boost to stop that. We'll see whether it can be effective.
And not only that, look over on the left, because they've got Pimp inside of the site. He's going to pop out completely undetected. Bomb will go down, so decent job to get a plant out of this with a single smoke on top of the site, but the boost gave the information. Pimp gets the kills. He dies in the end, but it's an easy defuse.
That's all Hellraisers wanted out of that round. So now they boost by another $800. Potentially could get an AWP, I think, now. So we'll see how they decide to go into the next one. But the good news is for SK, they keep 4 players alive, so it's going to be a very healthy buy for both teams here. Hellraisers, yeah, the AWP potential is there. Oscar will pick it up. Double plant. Round number 3 is going to be almost a full gun round here. SK with no AWP themselves. 5 M4s. 2 kits. Couple of, well, just 1 incendiary, 5 smokes. We'll see how this one goes down. Big round for SK Gaming.
And Modi flash toward Monster. Not going to peek off that, though. Just potential to slow down a rush. Hellraisers with the early buy. Going to try. Oh, that's actually unfortunate. That was a well-timed nade, well-read that they would be trying to spray through. It's smartly thought to counter that position, but it just goes a little low behind the cement wall and unfortunately won't do any damage. It's Angel to get the shot back into Modi as well.
Modi facing by himself towards short. No real flashbang either, so very risky, and it gives the terrorist an advantage now. See no reaction coming in just yet. There's 2 players towards B, 2 on A. Just going to have to hold on with those crossfires and see what they can do here. Here comes the smoke towards upper. Flashbang comes there as well. I think this is a chance to bait out some utility. Actually, they're going to be committing through Monster Tunnel here, so this is being very hard to hold off without the AWP. It's going to be down to Pimp, and there's 3 players. So they're going for that 3-man boost by the looks of things. Yep.
1, 2. Now you have to go into the corner.
But it's not going to get anything for this. They're looking flares towards short. The bomb's being planted, my friends, so do get the rotating player towards short, so I guess they do get something for it.
It's 1 player down under the post plant, but what that's going to do is give the information that there's 3 on jungle. So now if they've got any utility, if they want to hold angles, it'll be easy to lock them out of the site. Somehow, Freeze has made it back in, though. On the ramp, spotted up, goes over, finds the AWP, but Oscar hits it regardless.
4 kills for him on the full CT retake. You thought he was going to get shut down after the first 2, but he gets all 4. Why not? That boost, like I said, it wasn't looking too promising for SK to get 1 player rotating. You're absolutely right there. It gives away so much information as to where the remaining CTs are, because it does take 3 players to actually make that even viable. So there we go then. We go into round number 19. Hellraisers brought back what looked like a round could be very important for SK Gaming. It's going to be Pimp on a 5-7. They have got 4 M4s, but no kits and a limited amount of utility. Surely this is where Hellraisers can capitalize. This is pretty much GG if they win this round. This could be running up towards short, facing straight away, and Modi, he's going to be getting frustrated at this point. He gets dropped again without a reply, but there it is. Ascilian does manage to get the refrag, but still not much information gathered for the CTs. That's just an early frag, and that still heavily favors the terrorists in the grand scheme of things. Heavily, I should say. SK haven't really got much to work with here. And 4 smokes and an AWP still available for Hellraisers. Just could be trying to work the next pick.
Bomb's going to go back over toward the B side as well. Oscar drops down, tries to clear off the monster tunnel. Now be aware of the fact that Ascilian is on the entrance to the right. Flash over, though. Nothing he could do in that position.
Yep.
Scaled up into the damn grate, but it doesn't really matter.
They know where Pimp is as well. Pimp's going to have a very quiet game, I have to say, and it's going to even get quieter as he drops as well to the hands of Sticko. The CTs need to save at this point. They need guns going into the next round, but it's going to be Magic Boy spotted. Managed to find 1, I should say. It's actually Sticker that gets it. I thought there was a chance for him to refrag there, and that's going to be pretty much the game map, unfortunately, for SK, because you see they don't really have much to buy here. They have to force it or allow Hellraisers to go to series points at 45. So yeah, we'll be forcing it. And you feel like this one may be over, I have to say.
It certainly has that feel about it. So it would be a very, very quick and distinct 2-0 scoreline for Hellraisers over SK, if that's the case. If this is how it ends. (5-7) for Freeze, because they're back onto these pistols. Magisboy is going to be running the CZ-75.
It's a perfect read, though, from Hellraisers. Go towards long, keep it nice and long range. The only risk you really have is a rock area. That's going to be cleared out. Frisk is hearing some footsteps here, so he could have the drop on towards Oscar. That's not being covered right now, the bathrooms, but Bondek lining up for a smoke towards the side. Here we go. Does miss the first couple of shots, but lands it on the second. And it's Angel getting the refrag, so, but it is going to be SK Gaming getting the advantage here. They have managed to pick up one weapon is only a UMP. Sticker has made his way onto the A-bomb side though, so still Bonic in a great position. Is listening at the footsteps. There he is. Take that Magic Boy. That should be the round secured at this point. It's just a UMP on towards Modi. And his teammate has got a 5-7, but he has got the kill. Surely there it is, Pimp. Towards long.
Meanwhile, though, because they had the information that this flank was coming in, the bomb just immediately went to B.
Yeah.
This is quite good because it's going to buy them more time of the rotation. However, smartly, they're not wrapping around on A, and that means Sticko's position is effectively rendered useless because Modi's going to be coming back in from short. Massive gap in the smoke. You should be able to walk directly toward this. It's all on Zero.
Zero's got a great position. They know they've got tons of time to play over. That smoke gives up their position. This is potentially it. They're taking a ton of damage here, and they haven't got the kits, and that's pretty much the only opportunity they had to win the round over. Pimp, as I said, blown off on the sides, and it's going to be 15-5. So quite an interesting round. Frisk made it possible with that 5-7 kill towards Bathrooms, but once again, they force one to the last. They don't have any money going into number 21 here. It's a series point, looking very likely to be a 2-0 in favour of Hellraisers. It was 16-5 on the first map, looking to be a similar case, almost exactly the same on that one too.
So 1 to go, and this series will be done. Seems like it's likely Virtus Pro doing the same against Worst Gamers, but Oscar, good start, takes down Freeze as they try and get aggressive. They try and push to make something out of this round that effectively gives them nothing to work with. It is now an AK picked up on Modi, but 1 kill only means they're still down a man. Make it 2. Bondik's got Modi back, and that's the gun gone as well. It's going to be just the UMP and FAMAS to hold off these Chargers.
Yeah, it's been just a horrible series for SK. I think a lot of discussions need to happen after this map is over, work out how they're going to go forward in this tournament. That's it, GG. Magic Boy in a 4 versus 1 with a UMP. He's towards middle, the bomb's down towards B. So just a matter of time, Matt. Did you enjoy yourself?
Yeah, it was all right. I mean, it's a good fast start to the tournament. I mean,
Get ourselves warmed up.
It gives. I mean, it's encouraging for Hellraisers. Oscar and Sticko playing very well. Magic Boy's going to make what he can out of this situation, but really, it's done. SK, on the other hand, this is a nightmare start. They've got to really regroup fast. I mean, it's a double elimination tournament all the way through, so there's still a chance that they could find themselves in an all right position if they can recoup in time for the lower bracket. But Hellraisers will move forward in the upper side, and convincingly at that.
These are 2 5s in a row. SK has never really showed up for that game, did they? It's a horror show on both sides of both maps. The terrorist side on Overpass is very similar to Cash. They do get those first picks, but their executions are very poor. There's basic fundamentals that most hugs will be able to actually understand and actually implement. Smoke's going down to the bomb site. Once you do that, you need to be going on together. You need to be like Molotoving up, at least flashing those close sectors to stop that multi-frag potential. And it seems like every time they're running out with a bomb in their hands, not leaving themselves enough time. And yeah, a lot of discussions need to happen in the SK camp. They need to address that straight away if they're going to progress any further in this tournament.
The good news is we have awesome gloves.
We do have some
and
gloves.
sick Easter eggs.
Yes, the Easter eggs are good. I'm enjoying the Easter eggs.
The one on the park sign is my favorite so far.
I like the one in Spawn with the big poster.
That's
in
true
City
too.
Spawn, that's quite nice.
On Overpass. What about the ones on Cash?
I can't remember the ones.
Starladder.com and the CT Spawn.
Yeah, they're a little bit more subtle. They're not like
and the
sick
dumpster.
graphics. Yeah, they're a bit more subtle. But there it is, 2-0.
Speaking of dumpster, SK is now in that Starladder
They've
dumpster.
just been dumpstered.
Yeah. But as we say, it's double elimination all the way through. There's still a chance that they can fight back into this. I don't know how much chance I'm going to give them. Now there is teams like Worst Gamers we don't know as much about that are also in this event, and we've got some teams that you might expect them to pick up rounds on. But Hellraisers looks good, considering Virtus Pro struggles in inconsistencies. You never know where they could end up in this tournament. You've got Godsent here. I think there's a reasonably good... For me, this is a proving ground for Godsent. They really need to fall. Obviously, the minor didn't make it into the qualification spot. Hellraisers did.
Yep.
This is where they need to start putting up numbers again. Malmo can't be a one-off for them.
No, absolutely. That seems like people are saying they're like an upset team who's kind of turning up on LAN and having their top players have a great tournament and don't really have much more to offer than that. But definitely for SK, they need to kind of recalibrate now. I think this tournament isn't going to get any better for them. From what I've seen so far, this is Cillian coming back after missing the minor, and Cadian obviously stepping in.
Freeze coming back.
Freeze stepping out. And it seems like their star players, this is why it's such a turbulent team. They had a great Gfinity. They got to the grand final, lost to Tempo Storm in the end, but now it seems like their top players, Modi was like the best tournament he ever had. Now it looks like I didn't even see him have any impact there whatsoever. So,
well, I do like your shirt, Henry G.
Matching today.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we will get ready for the second game. Not before, of course, the desk of 4 people, which I'm not going to name all of them. We'll talk about this map. Do you want me to name all of them?
All of them.
Paula, Natsu, Cadian, and Vendetta.
Perfect, see? It's nice to be polite.
We'll see you then.
Welcome back to the esports pool desk. SK going into the lower bracket 2-0 loss to Hellraisers. Overpass was exactly the same as the first map, 16-5. Cadian, initial thoughts?
Yeah, it was a very tough game for SK, obviously, being knocked out quite hard, and 2 of the 3 rounds set on the T side was actually Tech 9 rounds, so it just seemed like everything went wrong for them. We talked a bit about the NATO triggering thing again. We had a 5-on-3 situation for them where they finally started to look good. They got some opening picks on the default. And then comes the decision making where you need to decide how you want to end the round, how you want to finish it. And simply, once again, they were too slow. Also, a missed smoke onto the stairs. And yeah, Hellraisers stacked correct because there were 3 guys on the B-bomb side. They read off the situation, had a lot of info, and like no one was aggressive on Monster of SK or anything. So at that point, Hellraisers like looked at themselves, was like, let's just stack. Why not? What do we have to lose? And they went 3 guys A. SK were approaching slowly. And again, it's just like you can do a lot of things in these situations. If you get 2 peaks, you can run fast before the TTs get the chance of playing the information game, before they get the chance of stacking bomb sites. You can simply just go dry into sites and go for proper trades. And they were just unstructured, and yeah, they lacked execution.
Not to Vendetta. No, please, actually, add a point on.
Yeah, just to continue on that point also, it's the fact that you never need 5 people to execute on a site. So you should always, it was so too easy for HR on that particular round to read the situation. They went and scouted B short and saw no one and just decided to stack A site. But you never need 5 people attacking a bomb site. So leave 1 in connector maybe, create a distraction, have someone look if there's a possibility for a push coming in from the CTC if they're trying to get that information. Instead, there was nothing going on, and they take so much time. And then, like Casper was saying there, you can just run in dry, no lubricants whatsoever, and get the site with trading kills. But instead, they had the cluster fudge of an attack to that bomb site. Smokes were off place, no synergy between the attack, and that was pretty much, I think, a defining round of what it all was for SK. Just horrible.
Yeah, I think that was a pretty good summarization of what we saw.
Sorry, Oscar, with a 3.63 KD.
Yeah.
Because why not?
Vendetta, sorry to interrupt, but
No,
that
that's
came up.
perfectly
That's
fine.
needed to be highlighted straight away. Continue,
Yeah,
please.
and we saw a couple of, like, towards the end there on that B bomb side, we saw what Oscar can do when he gets into the groove of things, just to, like, easily mop up 4 players. Like,
Why not,
it's nothing else. But, you know, when you have players playing like that and you also have the mess that is SK on their T side right now, it leads to these kind of results. And I think the round that you guys talked about, that 5v3 situation, was just like a good summarization of what we saw over the 2 maps from SK: indecision, bad decision making when they actually first make a decision, and extremely poor executions. It's like, I think Henry put it nicely, like these are executions that even pugs can do for the better part of it, and yet we see SK fail them repeatedly.
I'm pretty sure even Pala could do a better job.
Oh, hey, come on! I mean, I definitely think I've got some potential there. All right, I think I could do it. No,
You could throw a smoke, yeah.
Probably better than what SK was doing there.
I
yeah.
could throw
Yeah,
a
no.
smoke. I'm capable of that.
But yeah, no, it's just a mess, and I'm actually surprised by the fact that SK didn't. It's like it's something so obvious that it's something we can talk about in the pregame. The fact that Hellraisers are going to be aggressive on their CT side, they are going to look for map control and just a lot of information at any given time. So it's surprising to me to see that SK just completely neglect that fact, and that's what they do in that 5v3 situation, especially the fact that they just completely ignore the fact that, well, Hellraisers might actually look for information towards that B-bomb site.
Yeah.
And still just, you know, take that marathon route towards A.
How much weight can we put on the fact that SK's T side on both maps was very, very poor? They didn't get the rounds that they needed, so to speak.
Yeah, I guess you can put a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're not able to string more rounds together, it's not even like we had a situation where they kept getting their economy destroyed or anything. It's like they had a lot of opportunities they could react upon. Once again, I have a feeling that it might just come down to hitting the shots and sometimes just getting some openings, because it seems like they're playing a structured way of CS, but it's also a readable way of CS. And sometimes, like, you can just do basic stuff as random pushing out monster 3 people, or like when the smoke finishes. So you can like try and do something random to change up things and make Hellraisers guessing, because this kind of default of trying to get map control in different areas of the map was clearly not working, and it just seemed like Hellraisers always had a good informational play on the SK side.
But it kind of felt like that over the both of the maps. But it's like you said, with how predictable SK are and how bad they are at actually adapting to things. You called out when we were watching SK what they're going to do on their on their pistol on overpass on T side. And they did one slight variation. They didn't hold off as much as they usually do to allow Pimp to create a bit more of a distraction towards A. But it doesn't really matter in the end because the Hellraisers are already aware of the fact that, well, this is going to end up on B 99% of the time, so they stack with 4 players there.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
The fact that someone, like nobody in that team has, I guess, the strength or the leadership in them to actually say it out loud that we should actually try something different is very worrying, and that doesn't bode well going into the next stage of the tournament.
And also for me, it's like one of the most simplest things in Counter-Strike is when you're in a 3-on-2 or a 3-on-3 situation, that the rule of thumb should be that whoever comes up with the first plan when you're supposed to react is the one that everyone follows.
Yeah.
Being the defining moment, once again, we're going to go back to Cash, and that moment in the event where they were supposed to try to get the retaliation, or when they killed the guy, it was boosted up in Vent, and they didn't react upon that when they should have, and would have been the easiest round of their lives, and would have even broken the economy for Hellraisers. So, I mean, it's like when you do these little mistakes, it can just have this massive impact on the scoreline, basically, especially when it happens on the correct round, where you could have basically... Whoa!
Well, there we go.
Reset the economy of your opponent. Hello, I just got down. Got midget. Well,
Dropping it like it's hot. Talking about Simple things, Simple's team are currently, well, the last time I checked, which was just a minute ago, they are leading VP on Cash. I think it was 39 last time I checked. I think Halvor maybe can...
It's 14-9 now.
14-9 to the Simples team. So that means we are unsure who SK will be playing yet, and we are unsure who Hellraisers will be playing yet. We've got some replays on the screen right now. Oscar, of course, going off. I'd never had the pleasure of seeing Oscar live, if I'm not mistaken, before DreamHack Tour. And now that I've seen him at that event and this event and seen for real the things that he can produce, that he does online, seeing them in person on LAN, I'm a true believer in this guy and his skill. It is absolutely insane the way he's consistently having insane performances every game. And there we go, another highlight there. Like, it seems that if he does have a good game, Hellraisers can almost not lose. We have seen them lose when he does have good games, but it must be an absolute terror to play against him. I can only imagine what it's like for teams coming up against Oscar, coming up against Hellraiser, that they worry. Could you confirm or deny that?
Yeah, obviously going into a game against a guy like Oscar, you are aware of the capability and of the talent that a guy like him has. And at that point, it often comes to the, are you going to try to avoid him and change what you play? Are you going to keep playing your own way? And maybe he's going to have one of those games where he just casually drops a 30 bomb. It's hard to say and predict, but then again, he's not giving away a lot of opportunities for SK to like take advantage of. Like, it's not like Freeze had a lot of openings on Oscar. It's not like he's overextending. He's just doing his thing right now, and he's feeling it. Like, it's hard to say.
Yeah, and I think on a map like Overpass as well, it's extremely hard to even try to plan to avoid a guy like Oscar, because you can be so mobile with that op. You can take the initial aggressive peek towards playground if you want to do that, but then you can easily make the rotation down towards underpass, and you can basically, you can fly wherever you want as an opper if you're good enough about it. And then with the kind of shots that he's able to hit, that's not really a big issue for him. So SK doesn't really have any good ways of actually avoiding the inevitable terror that is Oscar.
I think it's safe to say, for Oscar's sake, that his career is definitely looking bright. It doesn't matter if Hellraisers don't manage to get up there towards that tier 1 level, then
he's gonna go there.
Yeah, he's gonna find his way there.
Find his way.
Definitely, well, 100%.
Natu, maybe you can elaborate on how someone like Oscar ends up the way they are. How much of it is practice? How much of it is game sense? How much of it is raw, natural ability?
I think you summarized this quite well there. Actually, it is a combination of a lot of those things. It's when you have the talent, then you just have to be able to hone that talent, basically. And what that means is thousands of hours of the game. Some wise man once said that it doesn't matter what you do, when you've done over 10,000 hours of it, then that's when you can find the peak of your individual level. And also, he has the opportunity to talk a lot with Guardian. Apparently, they talk quite a bit about opping and stuff like that.
Yes, apparently Guardian gives him a bit of tutelage with the AWP and how to play, which
when you have
surely
that as well
helps.
going for you, and then you have the talent, and then it seems like you can really excel in the situation where pressure is high. Obviously, you have all the fundamentals to be able to be what it is right now.
And what is really interesting is he's not a young guy, like, and he's coming
Hey,
kind of
come
out
on,
of.
you're speaking. I don't know how old Halvor is, but you're speaking to two people that are older than Oscar Casper. So please, all right?
I mean,
we're young. Are you?
I'm
I'm young by heart. I'm
young.
young by heart
You
always.
are, you are. But like, you know, he kind of came out of nowhere. He's actually, as far as I know, also been playing 1.6, and
Yeah, no,
and like he's an old school guy. And then all of a sudden, this FPL thing comes out. I remember playing against him and hating it and blaming him for being like a camper and so on. But I don't know.
making
He's
it
like,
work.
yeah,
God, you're
it
so
works.
toxic, Casper.
Yeah,
It's
toxic.
actually pretty weird because Oscar played CS:GO initially as well when it came out, but then just stopped completely. And
Even
yeah.
with Guardian, right?
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
they had
yeah.
the first event at Vienna,
I
right?
want to say with defeaters or something like that.
Yeah.
That was something
Probably.
around that name they
Unified
used.
maybe.
Could have been, but in any case, like he played initially for a little while, and it wasn't anything special at that point. And then he took a break, and all of a sudden he comes back as NFPL and just wrecks people. So he's had a bit of a meteoric rise in many ways, and
But it's also a testament to the fact that age is just a number in a way, because
Yes,
it's all
yeah,
about
Casper.
just
Age is just a
absolutely.
number.
it's a
Especially
matter.
to people.
Does that count for
my-
females as well?
when you're 31, that's the way you think of life.
Yes.
It's just a number. No, but truth be told,
It helps
if
us,
if
it
you're
helps us.
in your approaching 30s, I mean, usually the problem is that you have so many other responsibilities in life that you just don't have the time to play 10 to 12 hours of Counter-Strike a day, basically. But I don't think physically there's any hindrance to being close to 30, because if you look at, let's say, a great example is, in my opinion, NHL hockey, for example, the best goaltenders, which is a lot about eye cannon coordination, a lot about reflexes. Best
get
goalies are
35.
30, yeah.
Well, that's definitely a good kind of comparison to draw. And we do have some players that are slightly older that still seem to be able to perform, such as the Taz and Neos of the current era, who have been around from the early eras. Any
From
other
the dinosaur ages.
Blade-
more
we've got
like.
Blade.
Come on, all right, please. You're referring to us as dinosaurs.
I've got to be honest here. Seriously, it is.
Well, you're a bit older than me. Can I get away from being
No.
called? Okay,
You're wrecked, mate.
I'm a dinosaur as well. That's fine. Okay, I'll take it. But what I'm saying, are there any other players that you could highlight from that sort of period that are older, compared to the majority of players that are still able to compete?
I mean, Blade.
Forest, for instance.
Well, Blade is
Forrest
older.
is a great
Yes.
example. I think he's 28 this year or something, and if you see his reflexes, they're pretty insane. So another testament to the fact that age is still just a number.
Yeah, I mean, Freeze is 28 as well, isn't he?
Who?
Freeze?
Oh,
they're
yeah. I
up
thought you
there.
said Dupree. I was like, no,
No,
there's
no,
way.
Dupree's definitely not
Babyface
28.
Dupree is not 28 years old. There's no way. Well, we'll have the pleasure later today, well, I think it will be on the Russian stream, of seeing Blade and Flipside play. And so, yeah, there are some veteran teams, veteran players at this event. And are there any that you'd think particularly stand out to any of you?
I don't think anyone shines brighter than Oscar right now.
Yeah, okay.
At this tournament, particularly.
Yeah, no, this tournament particularly. He's
Yeah.
kind of the hottest commodity in CS:GO right now. Obviously, you have Nico, but then you Oscar's just, for every tournament he's gone to, he's just done better and better and better.
I mean, when you look at like Edward, he's no spring chicken anymore, but he can go nuts as well. But obviously not in that consistent level anymore. Zeus, he's also, I think, getting there up there
Yeah, I think
already.
him and Edward are same age.
So
For Na'Vi, being able to play in the Ukraine, being able to play in Kiev, in this football stadium, like, that must be absolutely huge. They're going to be surely so passionate about winning, in particular at this event, especially considering their recent results. Second at Malmo, second at the major. Like, they've got a lot to prove. Even though necessarily their opponents aren't exactly at the level that they've been playing at recent events, surely here they're going to really want to prove that they can win and do it in front of
and
the
they're
Ukrainian
notoriously
crowd.
known for being really good here in Ukraine when
Oh, yeah.
they had the Starletter finals always. And also, I think they're very hungry after not reaching the Pro League on somewhat what they mean is an admin mistake, and other means it's their
they
own
screwed
mistake.
up. They screwed up.
Yep. Someone screwed up, and I don't want to point fingers at anyone. But
It was them. You point the finger to Na'Vi, they screwed up.
Nasu's pointing the finger.
No,
I'm being
that's the
innocent.
honest truth. If you had weeks of time to do it, you don't do it, you screwed up.
Yeah, but I mean, in case, you can always make the argument that you probably shouldn't have started off going 6-6 like Navi did.
And also,
in the
they
regular season.
screwed up in the second last week. They lost to Flipside on Cobblestone. They lost to someone else as well, like in a horrible style. Just coming off of the major and Malmo, obviously feeling a little bit burned out. Maybe it's not going to be easy coming back from those tournaments and what happened to them as well. Tournaments that we were expecting them to go really deep into.
Yeah, but that's going to be the fun part about this because they have been having. Well, I guess it's not a long break by normal standards, but for CS standards, the break they've had now it's pretty extensive actually. So we haven't seen them in action for a while. Guardian's had time to actually heal up and get better. He said he's at what 90% now in terms of how healthy
Take
he
that
feels.
with a pinch of salt, though.
Obviously,
If you've ever experienced a sport injury, as I'm sure many people watching or anyone here has, we can feel better, or we can think that we are slightly better, and then in the end we might not necessarily be. So I don't know. Well, it's all going to come down to how he does play later today, which we will have the pleasure of seeing against Dobry and Gaming, which will be the third and final match that we do.
And finishing point about that is, one of the interesting things is, if Navi hadn't screwed up, G2 wouldn't have made it to the ESL Pro League finals.
Yeah.
G2 wouldn't have had the status that they have currently, because
Everything has a reason, right?
Yep.
I remember back in the day, there was this league called NGL, which is quite comparable to what the Pro League is nowadays, and we got through the finals through a conflict of someone using, back in the days in 1.6 you had the 16-bit and 32-bit graphics, and the 16-bit graphics, the smokes were, you could see through the smokes better, basically.
Now we are definitely in the dinosaur era.
One of our opponents
fantastic
used
history.
that, and we got through
Yes.
to the finals, the Final Four LAN finals, because of them using the 16-bit, one of the players, old teammate of mine, Akuji, if you're watching, hello, and we eventually won the whole thing.
Fantastic.
So, I mean, those kind of storylines, they did happen, and everything has a meaning, right?
Thank you. Thank you for that story, and thank you for the experience
Storytelling with
that you're bringing to the table. Anyway, I think we're going to take a break now. We're hearing some screaming going on in the background. We're going to take a commercial break, and we will return shortly. Big shout out to our sponsors. Of course, this is the esports pool desk, the analyst desk, and a shout out as well to EGB.com, CSGO Fast, G2A, LiveCap, and of course Twitch. We will see you back here shortly.